Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Happy, what is it, Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, March 15th. This is Obe TA, where we take a look at the charts, find the mythical opportunity, okay? Welcome back. Anybody that's in here watching this later, appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days. Personally, not that anybody cares, but just a little sick, head cold stuff, just getting out of it right in the end phase. So hopefully we can say the same about the markets here, but that's exactly what we're here to do, right? We're here to take a look, gauge what's going on the charts. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna jump right into Bitcoin here and take a look. All right, so first off, yesterday we had a pretty good day, right? It had a bullish engulfing candle at support, right? Very nice. Held the support back here from August 4th. Okay, so held it once back here March 7th, coming back, holding it again. Okay, this level 37,700 is proving to be a little bit of a support here in the middle of this range between like 34,000 and 44,500 right up top here. This whole area right here is like a big range that Bitcoin has just been up and down, and now is in the middle of it, right? So seemingly getting some support. We'll see how this plays out. The bullish engulfing candle is fine, right? Unless we close below it, totally fine. What we're running into now is we are butting up against support, historical support at 39.7, and the 50-day moving average acting as resistance. So the one thing that's nice about today's candle, and we have what, about 16 minutes until it closes, that lower wick. Okay, so price was pushed all the way down to about 38.1 before being bought back up, creating this kind of hammer situation here. So it's better than the inverse of that. You don't want a long upper wick, and you don't want a long red full body candle. So if you're going to get any kind of red candle, this is kind of the one you want. With that being said, though, you are not closing above that support. You are not closing above the 50-day moving average, and you are certainly not closing above this trend line that extends back to December 27th. So really, until you do all of that, right, until you do those three things, get out, come back, and hold, confirm a hold there with historical support, okay? Then I'm feeling a little bit better about it. All right, get back above a moving average, for God's sake. All right. So nothing so really as far as divergence, maybe a little bit here on the RSI. You've got a slightly higher low going on with a slightly lower low right here. So kind of class A bullish divergence, okay? Let's see if it can play out. You just got to break those resistance points, man. That's it. All right, we'll move it to the 4 hour to see if that looks any different. Even if we take it from the prior high back here, throw Fibonacci down from the high to the low, okay, you get up and around the 50% retrace up in here. Yeah, you are above the 50 moving average on the 4 hour. The 200 moving average on the 4 hour going to come down and converge with the 50% retrace up in the golden zone, right? So this is your zone of resistance on the way back up, at least on the 4 hour. Now, I don't see any kind of bearish divergence or anything like that. That is okay. We'll see, man. I'm really just not sold on it until you get outside of that resistance and stay out there and hold it and continue on. All right, give me a confirmation of the historical support back here. Hold it and stop treating it as resistance, and then I'll feel much better, okay, about getting in on crypto. But right now, it's just so wishy-washy, man. It's so hard to tell what it's gonna do, especially when you're in the middle of a range like that between those two numbers that I talked about. 39.7, or I'm sorry, 44.5, and down here, yeah, 33.7. It's really hard to tell what's going to happen. So need a little more confirmation. That's it. Take a look at the weekly. All right, you have 5 days and 1 hour until it closes. Decent start. All right, you'd love a bullish engulfing candle in this this area, this context. Maybe get you back up to that 3,000 mark. Okay, there's just a lot that this needs to do, especially breaking 44.5. That's like the true mark that Bitcoin is back in some kind of, strong uptrend. Get away from this trend line. Get away from that level 44.5 that has failed 3 separate times now. You get above that after failing it 3 times, that's a strong signal that we are in bull mode again. Okay, so let's move it to Ethereum. Ethereum working on something kind of similar. Hasn't been above that trend line really since December 1st. So you are at it once again, testing it. You can't get above it. You're not above it yet. You're also treating the support back here from September 21st as resistance. All right, move it to the 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hour looks like it's actually getting least on the it's not on the RSI, so I'm not a huge fan. I was gonna say something like maybe it's getting some class A bullish divergence, which you are on the MACD a little bit, but you're not getting it on the RSI. So To me, that probably just says we come up, test resistance, fail, and then come back in. All right. I'd rather see it on the RSIs. But yesterday was also a bullish engulfing candle, so. And you do have some Class A bullish divergence on the daily. Again, though, they're just the MACD. Oh, wait, hold on. I stand corrected. You do have it on the RSI as well. Yeah, okay. All right, you have it on the RSI as well. So let's see, man. The true test is just breaking out above this trend line, this upper trend line. All right, this guy right here. Break out above it. Get above that support, and then hold that support. Cool. I'm game. And even with the overall narrative and the macro looking bad, fine with me. All right, break it. You're having a chance again here. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm assuming tomorrow or the next day, within the next couple days, would be the time where it makes its move. It's either going to break it, try and hold. I'd say maybe actually a week. Give it like a week, all right, to get a few candles outside of this thing. It'll either come out, fail, and come right back in, head down to that pattern completion zone of the bullish shark harmonic, right around 2000, is where we've kind of thought it was going to go until other data presents itself. It has not yet, right? That's it. But you're getting a decent signal here, right? Divergence, bullish engulfing candle, right at the trend line. Let's go. Do something. According to this 4 hour, as of right now, in about 10 minutes, you're rejecting it. So, not a great signal, but yeah, we'll see. All right, this bullish engulfing candle is still alive. The momentum is still shifting towards the upside on the daily, so the potential to break is still there. Let's move to the total market cap. All right, similarly on the total market cap, bullish engulfing candle. Today's candle, just nothing really. Still below the trend line, below historical support. Okay, you're like getting the message here. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the major, are the biggest market movers in crypto, so it makes sense that they would look similar to this chart, but same kind of thing, man. It's like get above the trend line, get above the 50 moving average, get back above that support. Stop treating it as resistance. Okay, you have a decent shot here. You've got the bullish engulfing candle. You've got Class A bullish divergence, double Class A bullish divergence going on. Let's go, dude. Come on. After a harmonic, after a double bottom, it's like, come on, do something. All right, we're all just sitting around, just looking at each other.
Right.
I feel like selling off today.
Oh, do ya?
All right. I really don't want to break this resistance.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
But yeah, that's it, man. Get above this resistance. Stop treating support as resistance and get up there. All right, you've got a lot of bullish signals. If they fail, oh my goodness, help you. All right? Whatever you believe in, help you. Allah, Buddha, Yahweh, 10-armed person, right? Maybe you just believe in the sun. Pray to something. If these signals fail and you fall below 1.5 trillion, oh my, wow, that would be really bad. Yeah, that's an indication you're probably going straight to 113 at that point. All right. So do something. It can't go on much longer. I mean, look at how close you are to the apex of this structure, okay? Kind of like a descending triangle, almost with this, like a massive descending triangle, which is not a bullish structure either, by the way. It's a bear structure. It has the chance to break out to the upside, but yeah, we'll see. All right, let's move it to, let's take a look, see what XRP is doing today. I know it did pretty well the past couple days. Had the bullish engulfing candle, still valid. All right, trying to hold on to the 50-day moving average. Fine. Okay. Holding on to some resistances back here. Trying to treat it as support. above $76.50. Cool. Inverse head and shoulders type of structure here. All right, you got the low, the lower low, and then the higher low, a big higher low. All right, pretty nice. It's a good looking structure down there, especially with all the harmonics playing around. Nice, dude. Yeah, the Bartley into the bullish shark.
Oh my god.
I mean, dude, in a normal environment, you could expect this thing to go bananas, go berserk. I mean, just look left, all right? You can see harmonic, okay, double bottom with divergence, and it's gone. So now we're getting inverse head and shoulders, okay, bullish structure, okay, harmonics at support. Come on, man. Let's see it. Move to Solana. Same deal on Solana, man. So like Solana, could you break your trend line?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Right? Like, it hasn't broken this trend line since December 2nd. It just hasn't. Literally, it's been regarding it once. Once there, twice, thrice, and now seemingly regarding it again. Okay? With a same deal. Double Class A bullish divergence on the MACD. Double Class A bullish divergence on the RSI. Right? Like, if it's going to break out, now is the time. On the 4 hour, it was above it for a minute, and now it's back below it again. Right? Again, in normal circumstances, this would probably blast off from here. But let's see. I am doing TA to myself. Yes, sir. Sometimes it's just the way it is, especially when you're starting off. I'm glad to see you in here, though, man. You got anything you want me to take a look at? You can go ahead and throw it in the chat. But yeah, some days, man, people don't show up. I just do it to myself and just put it out there, man. Just got to get the content out there and maybe more people will show up. Right? GG, bro. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, man, Solana, right? You're treating that resistance back here, August 20th, as support with the divergence, the double bottom, okay? You haven't broken this resistance. Break the resistance, you're good to go. Fail again, and you're continuing down to about, what, 58, right? $58.77, which is the 886. Right around the 886 from the major low you had back here in July. I'm saying, so it's like,
Hold on.
let me zip a chair. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Gala, my guy. Got you, dude. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's funny. When I started this off, I was like, you know, people just trickle in, they'll come in over time, you know, you'll probably have, 10 to 15 people in there, dude. It's not that easy, man. Yeah, it's not that easy. But I enjoy this stuff, man. So even if I'm on here just doing it by myself and, nobody's in here and I'm just playing around with freaking sound bites or whatever,
more money.
it's a good time. Yeah, let's take a look at Gala, man. All right, Gala got popular, I'm sure, and I've been here with these harmonics and everything, but Gala got popular because it was up what? It was up about 630% in the course of 10 days. All right, and since then, man, it has been obliterated. So similar kind of stuff, though. It's like you're starting to bottom out, starting to go sideways. You're painting a harmonic. This would be the bullish bat harmonic. Low, slightly higher low going on. Okay, so you're now moving outside of the trend line that extends back to November 26th. So you are sideways outside of it. What I will say is between 28.9 and 14.7, you're just in the dead center of that kind of range. So it's tough to say, man. It's tough to say. Do whoever feel Gala will be the next Solana in the gaming industry. I'm just gonna use by subs and like, so good on you, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, the other thing with it too is like, I was never a big social media guy ever. So when it comes to like posting on Instagram and Twitter and especially TikTok, dude, it's a big learning curve there, man. And I'm just, yeah, I gotta figure that stuff out. But Gala is also related to Bitcoin. Yeah. So here's the thing, man. I don't know too much about Gala. And big part of this channel is I don't know too much about a lot of the cryptos. I've been in crypto since 2017, and I understand you've got your decentralized finance, and you've got your metaverse and your Bitcoin, the store of value ones, and the currency ones like Dash and all those. But there's just so many, man, that I can't keep up, and I've moved more so into just the charts. I look at the charts. If the chart looks good, I take a shot on it, man. That's it. Yep. Gala related to Bitcoin. Yeah. So here's the thing. Regardless of what Gala does, all right, here's what we can look at. Again, you kind of back in January, late January, you made that low, you pumped up, right? You made about what is it? From your all-time high to that low. Didn't even make it to a 382. On the daily, so on the daily, man, you do have some Class A bullish divergence going on. You've got slightly lower low going on with higher lows going on in the oscillator. And you might, yeah, you do. You do have it on the RSI as well. Right, so signaling seller exhaustion, going sideways. You are below the 50 moving average. This doesn't even have a 200-day moving average yet because it's so new. It's a coin toss, man. What I like is the seller exhaustion. So you would assume that a move to the upside, a move up to 28.9, maybe is a little bit more favorable as far as odds are concerned. But I mean, even move it to the 4-hour, it's like you had a massive bullish engulfing candle this day. What was that? March 13th. It was like, dude, that was the day. That was the day to just continue on, at least get to like the 200 moving average and pull back, hold as support before going. It's like it bullishly engulfed and then just did nothing, right? Just came down and did nothing right back at the bottom. If it just goes to 50 cents again, I'm going to make a killing. I am in Golify that. Yeah, so that's another one thing. I don't really leverage here, man. I don't really believe too much in leveraging. If you don't have the money regularly, I would say don't invest. The thing with it is, it's just like this Gala, whatever it does, okay, in the gaming, I get it, man. You have to understand, though, this is one of the riskiest assets that you could own. It's already extremely, Bitcoin is extremely risky. This thing is like 10x Bitcoin. So there's already so much risk involved with these things, these altcoins, that like 5x leveraging and 10x it, you're just 5 timesing the risk that's already there. It's risky enough, you know what I mean? You could easily make 50% on this thing in the course of a week. That is an insane return. But I get it, man. I get it. You know, these things, it's like you see this happen back here, and you put $500 in a 5 times leverage, and you could make, I get it, dude, 10K in the course of a couple weeks. Risk is fun, man, as long as you're also practicing risk management, right? As long as you've got your stop loss and stuff in there and have a plan. That's what this is all about as well. Okay, it's not just YOLOing your money in there, and it's not a casino. There's plenty of channels that'll talk to you about that. That'll just, the Shiba boys to the moon, all that shit. This channel is really about fundamental technical analysis, applying trades, and trying to do it in a way that's not, me sitting up here just no music or anything. Make it a little chill, make it fun. Yeah, bro, not here. Nobody's ever here to lose money, man. No one's ever here to lose money. But 90% of people do, right? I lose money sometimes, 100%. You have up years, you have down years, up months, down months. Losing money is just a given. It's just mitigating the amount you lose. If you end the year in profit, dude, you've won, because the vast majority of people end in losses. Shiba, yeah, dude, good. Shiba, yeah, all the dog coins. There's a million other dog coins that have come out of it. But yeah, man, stop losses. There's not a strategic entry on Gala right now because, again, you're in the middle of this kind of range. So it's like you either go up or down. It's hard to say. If we took a position here, the only place that makes sense for a real stop loss would be down here. You're risking like 35% for like 35%. It's like a 1-to-1 odd. I want to do 3-to-1 odds here, at least. So if this were to, let's say it dumps, right? Let's say it comes down to this support back here from September 20th, then I'm looking to take a position because I know it's at a support. So all I got to do is I can put a little stop loss, 12%, and I know my target is the top of the range at that point. Now we're talking 6.9 to 1 odds, 7 to 1 odds. You see what I'm saying? There's just better times to get in on assets. That's the whole point of technical analysis. It's just a visual where you can look at different variables and indicators to let you know when maybe a better time to get in than others is. So you're not buying it, because if you're just looking at a number on your phone, man, and you're right here, it's at 72 cents, and it's oh my god, dude, it's pumping. Everybody's freaking out and Reddit, and everybody's, telling you to buy, and it's the next, whatever. Then you're just looking at a number on your phone, you just buy it. And then, you see what happens after that. You get destroyed. So this gives you a visual, lets you know a better chance of your trade succeeding. Okay. And here, look to do some swing trading. All right. This is not like day trading or anything like that. So I stick to the daily time frame, the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour. Got lost on Binance at 4 cents, went to 18 in a week and then 80 in 4 weeks. So I bought back in at 15. The Russian news. You bought back in at 15 cents. Okay, so you're doing okay right now. You bought it. Oh, what are you talking about? What, a dump on the Russian news? Guess you bought the dip, as they say. Is that it?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
But yeah, man, Gala again could go up, down. I don't know. It's in the middle, going sideways. Yeah, you bought the dip. Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's a fine strategy too. It's just you got to understand with everything going on as far as global markets starting to shut down, inflation's out of control, wars on the horizon, commodities are flying up, yields, bond yields are flying up. People are probably not really looking to buy things like Gala in times like these. So, it's risk though, man. It's risk versus reward. Extremely risky, could play out, big reward. But what I would say to you, man, is I would have a stop loss at the very least below like 13 cents. Because you fall below 13, I mean, truly you're heading down to the only real level that makes sense, like 7 cents, which is another, 50% decrease. So just protect yourself, man. All right. I've seen way too many people just get absolutely destroyed in these markets. But what I will say is that you're not buying it up here, right? You're not buying it at 72 cents. So you're in the right area for sure. Yeah. Got it at 12.5 cents. Let's go, dude. Nice. But yeah. Hey, Gala, let me take a look at the weekly. Not enough data, really, to do anything on the weekly. Here's the thing, man. Again, so this right here, these 3 candles that we had, that is what is called a morning star, which is a very strong Japanese candlestick reversal pattern. But what did it do right after, right? In a bull market, in good conditions, you get something like this, yeah, you're going back up. You're going at least to, we throw a Fibonacci on this thing from the high point to that low point. All right, come on. That high to the low, right? You do at least a 50% retrace. You know what I mean? That's common. That's very common. You didn't even get to the 382 off of that candlestick from it before coming all the way back down. It's like, You know what I mean? I don't love seeing stuff like that. It just shows weakness, and it's just in the market overall, right? Because this is going to do what Bitcoin does. That's upside down head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulder. What are you talking about on the weekly time frame? An inverse head and shoulders. What you talking about? What time frame are you talking about? Oh, you see an inverse head and shoulders, do you?
Oh, do ya?
I don't really see that. But if you want to let me know what you're talking about, take a look at it. Let's move it to, let's take a look at Luna. Luna's been one that's been overperforming very well on the weekly. Move back, see if I can see what you're talking about. I don't see an inverse head and shoulders. I don't know if you mean like this. Yeah, this is not an inverse head and shoulders. Nah, it's got to be more. It's got to be cleaner, right? You got to have a definitive head, and the shoulders need to be about pretty much the same length. All right, at least close. That would not be an inverse head on Gala. But yeah, all right, moving back to Luna. Luna will retrace. Yeah, I mean, so Luna's starting to show Class A bearish divergence. Okay, so you've got the higher high in price, lower high going on the oscillator, so showing exhaustion of buyers. Okay, and it's pulled back. All right, it pulled back though to this C shoulder, which was once resistance, and held it as support for the time being. Okay, which is pretty good. Now it's right back at it though. So, you know, probably coming back down to this shoulder back here from December 4th, around $78, $87, right around there. Okay, makes a little bit more sense given this price action we're seeing. Move it to the 4 hour. So this is kind of interesting, right? This is kind of a classic head and shoulders you got going on here. Forming. You know what I mean? So if this head and shoulders formation continues to play out and gets down to here, then you have a pretty solid indication of that classic head and shoulders pattern you see, at which point your measured move would give you something like this on Luna. So you break that neckline, it brings you down right back to where you started, right back around $49, $50. Okay, but it's not there yet, right? It's still above that shoulder, so it could very easily hold the shoulder again and continue on. But that is something to note that is pretty interesting, the fact that you've made your high, higher high, and then same high before starting to sell off again. What you got, Humber? Thanks for coming. Enjoyed the ZA. We'll be around. Got him, man. I appreciate you being in here, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. I've got, let me do this real quick for you, man. Got a Discord here too that I, or you know, I'm in there 24/7. That in the chat for you here. Boom. All right, man. So if you want to jump in there, everything's free. I'm just on here, you know, just doing technical analysis, man. Cool. All right. Look at the weekly on Luna or wick kind of stuff, looking like it's trying to tell us it's a little bit tired. Okay. The other side of it though is on the MACD, you do have hidden bullish divergence. Okay. Nice. See if this ends up being like a little double top or selling off, but yeah, certainly not a time to be buying Luna in my opinion. Again, it is up so much and it is showing the bearish divergence at this point. So there's a lot of assets that are at the bottom showing bullish divergence. That's where we want to buy. You don't want to be getting stuff after it's, you know, major pumped and bearish divergence, reversal stuff. Okay, let's move into some of the outperformers. I know GRT was a major outperformer, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so notice how we have the bullish shark karma. Right, nice. With the bullish divergence going on, lower lows with higher lows going on the oscillators, and it got a big pump today. All right, also inside of a falling wedge pattern. So it's kind of random which ones do this, but there are a lot of coins and cryptos showing this signal. Okay, that look just like even BAT, bullish divergence. Okay. Sure. Falling wedge. Okay, breaking out at historical supports. Get it? And EGLD was also another performer that just had kind of this double bottom thing going on. All right, double bottom, held support. It is back above the 50-day moving average. It's pretty nice. Hidden bullish divergence on the weekly, continuing to play out, to develop. Oh, that's really real, man. Bullish engulfing candle trying to form again. It has 5 days. 5 days on the weekly for E-Gold. But dude, hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame with a bullish engulfing candle trying to form. Again, don't jump in saying, oh, it's a bullish. It's 5 days, right? But it's a pretty good start to the week for E-Gold, whatever that is. So we will see. I'm trying to see if maybe there's a harmonic or something here. Personally, not seeing one from the low to the high. You are bouncing off of the 886. All right, so deep value areas, lows, good. Hate that this shows on daily. Excuse me. Okay. Those are the top performers, right? Upside on E-Gold. I'd say in this kind of market, I'm not looking at that wick, that scam wick up there. Okay, you are approaching the golden retrace zone, right? The reversal area, so that 50%, 618 area. That assets like to commonly reverse. If you do in fact get above that, the problem with that, right at a resistance. All right, this peak back here from August 20th, also regarded as resistance back here, March 11th. Okay, you're working on that right now. So that would be your next task to get above. If you can break out of that. And you're working on getting back to an 886 around $200. So, but so far, this is pretty good. That weekly looks good. Especially if it closes a bullish engulfing candle like that. Yeah, you're probably heading right back to 200. Definitely got some kind of deep, might be like a butterfly or something. Let's see. Yep. That would get you to the 1272, which is right about here. Right, so you now have a bearish butterfly harmonic showing here. Gets you right into that golden retrace zone, which is again Fibonacci from that high to low, right up around in here. Right in the middle between the 50% retrace and the 618. So that seems to be where it wants to go. At that point though, I mean, it looks like you are above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Good. Right, but you're definitely at resistance. Yeah, but you're not showing bearish divergence or anything on the 4 hour. It's good. All right, you got to get above this high at 200. Yeah, 200 is the move, man. That's the point you want to get above. All right, you can see this peak back here, February 13th. All right, but you got to deal with that little bearish butterfly first. And the thing is, if it does in fact get up to the 1272 and then sells off, right, this is where you start to look. Once it starts selling off, okay, we're going to be looking to see if it underperforms and holds a support, and then when it starts to rally again, if it does, then that's when we're interested. Okay, wait for a pullback, wait for it to hold its support. If it does, for an entry on Eagle. Okay. Move it to gold here. Gold spot price, which has been dumping the past few days. I know we have the Fed meeting tomorrow, so see what these guys do. If they come out and say, hey, we're actually not going to raise rates. Just kidding. We because of what's going on in Russia, we've decided we're actually just going to print more money to keep the economy going in these hard times, right? We've got more checks coming to you and your families. Okay. You can see, though, I mean, where's the resistance? August 6th, right? 2020. That peak back here, it's pretty damn close. Excuse me, I'm still got a little battle going on in my throat here. But also look at where you just pulled back to. So, dude, as long as you make a higher low than this low back here, okay, at $1,800 right around here, as long as you make a higher low than that, you will have hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Like, you're already, like, I don't know how you don't make a higher low there. So it's just a matter of whether it holds this peak or this peak. Because even looking left, right, this is where you're at. You're at this peak here from September 1st, 2011. Okay? Like, that's a major point of support. And you're showing potential for some very strong hidden bullish divergence to go on there. So, dude, it's fine. Like I said, any higher low above 1800, continuation to the upside. So, pulls all the way back to resistance support before continuing on its next, wave run wherever. Which, again, the way we targeted this thing out was just Fibonacci from that peak. Okay, we're talking like up around 1618 areas, 2,324, something like that. All right, you can be conservative if you want to, even if just the 113. All right, the 213, 2,135 if you want to target that. But the main point here is just that gold it's okay. Yeah, it's been selling off pretty bad lately, but it also ran very quickly and was overbought. There is no bearish divergence, though, on a daily time frame, on the MACD or the RSI, which usually results in a pullback of what? 50%? 618? Where is it at? Oh my god, can you believe it? It's in the golden zone. Right around the 50% retrace and at supports. Okay? Well, what was once resistance, now looking to act as support. If Dumb Jerome comes out tomorrow and says, psych, I'm not actually going to raise rates, then yeah, dummies might flood into tech and stocks and all that crap. Like, inflation it doesn't exist again. Because that would be contrary to what he said, and gold might sell off further. Then at that point, there's nothing you can do about that, right? That's just, there's no way to know what Jerome is going to say tomorrow. Also, his name's Jerome. Like, no offense to him or anything, but he does not look like he would be named Jerome. He looks more like a he looks like a Gilbert or something. But yeah, this is definitely a point where gold would pivot, and definitely a point you could take a strategic entry. Personally, I would wait until the momentum starts to shift and you get more confirmation of the support holding. But yeah, you start getting that, boom. All right, just put it below even the next peak, 3%, and then just let it ride. Excuse me, for a first swing trade. All right, let's look at silver. Same thing. First thing I noticed right off the bat, there is no bearish divergence, okay, which is fine. And if there's not bearish divergence, again, from the low to the high, 50% retrace gets you back down to some supports. You did some peaks, okay, before continuing and running again. And this could sell off even further to develop some hidden bullish divergence or something. Any higher low from 2244, It'll be okay. But you got the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, those supports, and then the golden zone. I'm not too worried about silver. Okay, it could fall even further down into here. It could come even 4% more down into here before catching that support at that moving average and everything, and continuing on. Okay, this is what assets do, man. They pull back, and that would just kind of negate the effect of this bearish butterfly. It's like, yes, it was respected, it was reaction, a reactionary pullback, but just to make another higher low and regard resistance as support. Yep. We just continue the trend, right? To keep it going. 1618 around $31 in time, right? In a while, because you know, it'll do this. It'll and then okay. Nothing just goes straight up. Some assets do, but yeah. I guess wheat does. Here's wheat, had a major pullback as well. Same deal though, right? Here's the deal with wheat. And wheat actually, we can move it to the 4-hour on wheat, but the wheat futures, you throw it Fibonacci, okay, came down, touched the 50% retrace, and now it's moving back up. Yum. Whatever. All right, where are you at on the RSI? 63, bullishly engulfed yesterday, and then you move it to the 4-hour. Look at what you have on the 4-hour. Massive hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour time scale on the MACD and on the RSI. So continuation implied on wheat. You're most likely heading right back up to 1,350. I think that is what that number says. Your number. That's what this implies, though. Weekly still a little bit overbought. But again, no bearish divergence or anything, so all right. Not that overbought. But yeah, this looks good. That 4-hour just flying, at least in the short term. Yeah, continuation above. You get it back above that 50-day moving average. But yeah, that's a good sign to get that done, all right? Take a look at our lean hogs. Same thing, right? So gapped up, insane. All right, bacon out of control. Steaks, super expensive. Dog barking. But yeah, continuation to the upside implied on the 4-hour. Have to instruct my girlfriend to squeeze and silence my dog sometimes. But yeah, continuation upside implied on lean hogs as well. So get your steaks while you can. Oil actually dumping a lot. This is a little bit more than you'd like to see. Main issue with this is that it's falling below some pretty major, damn it, resistances. God, man, this thing just won't go away. But yeah, falling below some major resistances that should have acted as supports really, but ultimately in this broadening wedge pattern, it's come down. It's right back at the 50-day moving average and at the top of that trend line. So looks like it's trying to hold that. Any low higher than this right here, 91.61. Okay, would certainly, as long as this can start to pivot now, develop some really big hidden bullish divergence, right, to continue to the upside. So we'll see if it can hold this. If not, main supports are like here, I would say 91, which is good because that is above. All right, so we do have a support even back here. Okay, these lows here that this touched a couple times. Also touched here on June 2011. All right, so that is a support area that would create the higher low and get you some hidden bullish divergence to continue your gas prices, all right, to the upside. And it depends on, there's so much going on that can affect this, but yeah. See how tomorrow goes. The S&P 500 ended up well today. Stocks again had a good day. You're still way below the trend line, below certain supports. Okay, we've seen this story before. Okay, right here, massive green candle before ultimately selling off, and it's like, oh, another green bone goes selling off. It's just, you know, lower highs, below the 200-day moving average. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on this chart. Death cross just happened. Officially, what, yesterday? All right, you got a death cross, so that's something to look at. Okay, usually that's not a good indicator for stocks to go back up, right? Then you've got the whole thing with like the bond yield curves and stuff like that are about to, you know, inverse or whatever. So stuff still does not look good. I'm not really buying stocks outside of energy stocks, stuff like that. Okay. Airlines had a good day today. Jets, this is ETF for airlines, American Airlines, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, all right. Gapped up about 6% today, and I have a whole thing of airlines here. Actually looking for some decent setups back down around here if it wants to come back down, right? This massive little kind of Bartley structure here. Bottom, second bottom, potentially. Okay. See what that looks like. I'm looking at like a weekly time frame here. Yeah. So down around near the 886, bouncing around. Okay. This is like a deep value area for American Airlines. Now, again, I don't know what to do with this because it's like, China just announced that they're locking down again for COVID. So if that's coming back, I have a feeling after the midterms that suddenly COVID's going to come back around for some weird reason. But people aren't really going to be flying. One, if gas is high, inflation, you're not really going on vacation. An inflation vacation. So we'll see, but definitely in an area where reversals could happen. So, something to keep an eye on, right? A lot of people are talking about airlines, but showing some interesting stuff at interesting levels. Okay. Back here. What else? Nvidia pumped today. So Nvidia was actually showing some hidden bullish divergence. Yeah, slightly. All right, with the bullish engulfing candle. Nvidia, though, similar kind of stuff. Like, you could just see the 50-day moving average coming in to cross over the 200-day. All right, so like death cross kind of impending on a tech stock like this that's just had an insane run up until this point, below the 200-day moving average again, below this trend line, death cross impending. Yeah, I'm not buying Nvidia. I don't care if it's got a little hidden bullish divergence. Look at this. Oh my god. Bullish engulfing candle. Move to the weekly. Here's the deal. If you can, I swear, man, if Powell comes out and they don't raise rates, hey, just join, can you start over? Yes. We're starting over with Nvidia. What's up, Danny? Welcome, man.
Okay.
But yeah, so the weekly, if it pivots above here, hidden bullish diverges on the weekly. All right, imagine tomorrow a world where Powell comes out and says going to print more money. Russia then in turn signs a peace treaty with Ukraine, and China was just kidding about COVID, and inflation starts to fall for whatever reason. Yeah, okay, then I'd be like, all right, this thing's probably going to continue to all-time highs. But that's a lot that needs to happen. But technically, man, if you make a higher low than 205, yeah, you've got hidden bullish divergence developing on the weekly time frame for Nvidia. Okay, but until you get above the 200-day moving average, break out of that trend line, I don't really care. Okay, death cross impending below all that crap. Even after a harmonic too, and a bat, bullish bat, which is strong. Bats are strong in the harmonic world, but I'm perfectly fine with waiting for it to break resistance before potentially getting in at this point. All right. Moving back to Bitcoin. What did the candle close at? Technically rejected support as a resistance again. So let's go to the 4 hour to see if anything's going on here. Dark cloud cover. All this candle in Japan. But yeah, trying to hold the 50 moving average on the 4 hour to just get you back up to that support resistance and try to freaking break it. As of right now, do what you're doing. And you're kind of like double topping here. So get above it. You got to get above the 200. Then you got to get above the trend line. Okay, and this little golden zone from the, what I have it on the 4 hour. Okay, your little local Fibonacci retrace zone, 618 and the 50% retrace where the 200 lines up. Yeah, that's a strong resistance zone. Okay. You might not even get there. You're kind of double topping here a little bit on a small time frame. So we'll see, but I'm not sold just yet. The arrows point the way. That's what you want to do, okay? And then enter on the back, on the pullback. Alrighty. Cool. That was pretty much all I wanted to talk about, Danny. Sorry, man. Now you got in here a little bit late. Me and Joe Coca were chatting it up, talking about Gala while you were away. But there's really not much to do, man. There's not much to do. Energy stocks and all that. Let's take a look at that real quick, actually. Energy stocks, right? They all were selling off. Okay, Chevron gapping down again, though. Here's the thing, right? No bearish divergence on it. No bearish divergence, which often just results in a 50% retrace to the 618, perhaps. Okay, come down. You've already gapped down, so 153. You could even come down to 147 before reversing and coming back towards the upside. And as long as you make a higher low than 132, even if the momentum were to shift all the way down like something like this, and you're at like 140, even if you continue down to here to like the 76 or the 886 even, and then at that point you have hidden bullish divergence. Cool. All right, now you have a gap to fill as well. So yeah. Yeesh. Yeesh. Hey man, do you wanna show up when I go live?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm glad you're here. What do you think, Danny? You look at this stuff too, right? You have any opinion on what you think's going on as far as I don't know if you heard me when you were in here before, but I'm like, not to be too conspiracy or anything, but I'm pretty sure after the midterms are over that COVID's gonna come back around. Gonna come back in style. But yeah, I'm not sure if you have any opinion on anything that I'm not looking at, perhaps. But yeah, you got this massive bearish harmonic right at the 1618 up around 183, which ultimately is where this is probably going. Come down, okay, hold, and then it makes its way back up to that point, the bearish harmonic. But I don't know, I think everyone is over that narrative. I mean, you would think, not China, man. China is not over that narrative. China just shut down the whole city, like 8 million people. And I'm seeing headlines all over the place. Pfizer CEO coming out saying a 4th dose is necessary. I saw Fauci's name for the first time in like weeks pop up talking about 4th dose. So it's like I'm seeing it kind of like, you know, it's like in the rear view, but now it's kind of like creeping back. It's kind of like peeking over the horizon again. International uncertainty after years of bull market. Yeah, I mean, yeah, uncertainty and just ridiculous amounts of money printing and spending and quantitative easing that they're now pretending has no effect on inflation. Yeah, dude, certainly extremely volatile times and uncertain times to be trading for sure. But just the writing's kind of on the wall. If we're talking like positions to be taking, shorts on like tech and stuff like that make much more sense, and longs on things like commodities, energy, it just make more sense right now. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, Chevron, it's fine. Again, without any bearish divergence or anything, probably just does like a 50% retrace before continuing on. Exxon. So Exxon's a little bit different. Exxon actually does have some bearish divergence going on here. So got the lower highs going on the oscillators with the higher high in price. And that's after hitting bullish divergence as well. So got the continuation, massive sell-off. What you don't want to do on ExxonMobil is something like this. Okay? Don't want to paint structure like that. But I don't really like this. Yeah, I don't like let's say bearish divergence forming on a daily time frame. Weekly evening doji star trying to form. It's got about 3 days, but you close a candle like that, yeah. You're gonna golden cross. I mean, you close a candle like that, maybe it brings you down into the golden retrace zone on the weekly here, around like $72, something like that. Not really bearish divergence on the weekly, so on a longer time frame, may continue on and be all right. Let me see, was there any inverse head and shoulders on the weekly time frame for this thing? So it was a really good signal, okay, that I obviously did not see. But this right here, if you see this elsewhere, weekly time frame, you start seeing like inverse head and shoulder like this, especially with hidden bullish divergence. This is like a lesson to me as well, to just always be scanning like everything. Okay, when tech was going nuts, okay, that's when this was going on. When crypto and tech were going insane, this inverse head and shoulders was being painted, and nobody really cared. Nobody was really looking at Exxon. The oil thing wasn't really a narrative at that point. But this formation was real, even back here. On the weekly time frame, you can see, right, like slightly lower low, pretty much same low, but with massive class A bullish divergence. All right, which then developed into inverse head and shoulder after hitting bullish divergence, which continued on its run. Pretty nice. Okay. That's really nice. So that's why I'm looking at airliners and stuff like that, right? Because that's just how it goes, right? There's a narrative out there, and you know, all it takes is one Fed meeting for them to come out and change their policy, and things start to kind of change. So if the charts look okay, and then you get some, you know, a narrative piece that helps you swings the dial in your favor, and it's like, okay, then it makes sense to maybe take a position. But yeah, dang, man, that was, didn't see that for sure. All right, so eyes on areas that aren't traditionally talked about, but also the current narrative is, you know, commodities are the place to be. What's going on? So, until it changes, that's what we're looking at. Danny, I'm gonna get going. We move it back to Bitcoin real quick. Not doing anything at the moment. Literally a doji. 4 hour, yeah, doji. Okay, cool. Coin toss. You got me back up to test 39.7 again, or are you going all the way back down to 37.7? We'll see. Who knows? Later, dude. Peace. Appreciate you being here, man. As always. Yo. Alright, guys. Anybody's watching this later, anybody's in here now, appreciate you being here as always. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscription, the bell. Come in the Discord. Alright, the link is in the chat. And they're 24/7. Posting ideas, talking about news, setups, whatever. Any questions you have, educational resources, all the fun stuff, you know? Go ahead, join that. Follow the Instagram, the Twitter. Until then, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep it sanitized. But more important than any of that, as always, keep it technical. Or buzz.